Good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well tonight. Man, it's a little dark in here. Let me see if I can brighten this just a little bit. There we go. That looks a little better. Now I don't look like just a shadow. Good to see everybody. All you fine folks out there. I hope that you're doing well and have been enjoying what this channel's been putting out for you. If you like it, make sure you thumb it up and subscribe and all of those neat little things that we do. It's pretty damn cool. I wonder if I shared the right one today. I don't know. I'm a little behind sometimes. Sometimes I'm just really not paying attention to the whole YouTube and stuff like that. There is that thing called real life. Damn, where am I? This thing is bright. Give me just a second. Now it's like blinded me. Be right back. Hold on. I'm just grabbing something to cover my eyes with. Much better. Now, there we go. Now it doesn't hurt so bad. Yeah, the light can get pretty bright, and then you get all these screens and the monitors and blah blah blah. It's a pain in the butt. But enough of first world country problems. How is everybody doing tonight? So Mo will be joining us again tonight, and somebody made a joke, said, "You guys are never going to get through this thing." It's just like, no, we'll get through it. Just she's learning as it goes along, and our colorful commentary on it is usually why people stay. Also, I do have this set up, so it's streaming over on the Rumble, it's streaming over on the Kick, it's streaming on the Twitters. So any one of those you can, thumb it, flick it, love it, touch it, hold it, be tender with it, whatever you want to do, it's there. And especially tonight, we might be doing a little bit of politics after. I may set up another stream. We'll see. I'm not making any promises to go well into the night. And take us into tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll know the results of the primary. So there is primary going on in Nevada. Hooray. But you won't start hearing anything until those ballots are being counted and closed up and all that stuff. So it's the way that it goes. That's what we're all about here, is a bunch of bullshittery, if you haven't noticed. But what I'll do is I'll play a little bit from last night and sort of get it caught up. I know that the lovely Mo will be in here after her stream gets done kicking off, and whenever she's finished up, she'll come in, she'll add some spicy commentary, because she's spicy. I like Mo. And we'll just carry on like we normally do. And tomorrow morning I'll be doing another morning stream. I'm thinking as we get as we get closer to March, I've got to get my chops down a little bit, because we got Super Tuesday coming up. That's going to be crazy. Good evening, Miami Spice. So wonderful to see you. She is an absolute wonderful person. If you guys have run into her in chats everywhere, you know how wonderful Miami Spice is. So she is among some of my favorite people that I run into on the interwebs. So it's wonderful seeing you here, Miami. So wonderful. Yeah, we've got so I'll bring up a little bit of this for you guys. It should get us a little bit more caught up, so that by the time that Mo is able to make it in here, we'll have it up and running. We will have more of it going for you. Here we go. Hooray, hooray. Shady Sadie. Oh man. Yeah, it's going to give me a little bit of lag here.
And I saw little spots on the door, on this red door, but they were dark spots. And then some drops on the floor. And I'm like,
but how much did you actually see?
So I knocked on the door really hard, and I called his name, and I knocked again and called his name. And then
I'm going to have to kick you.
I turned the door handle, and it was locked. And then I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, something's not right. You know, I don't know. And I'm scared because I don't really want to know.
Sure you do.
I get it. It's not a position you want to walk in on.
So I just kind of stood outside for a little bit. And like I said, I noticed that truck that went by like a couple of times. And what's going on? I called my friend, and it just said, something weird is happening.
So a truck drove by a couple of times. Okay. Now, if he was an astute investigator, as we figured out he's not. Hey, Flatty, good to see you. Glad you could come by. So wonderful seeing you here. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, if you're astute, you know, as an investigator, you go, wait, the truck was driving by. What color was the truck? Did you get a license plate? Did you see who was in the truck? Was it someone you knew? Was it possibly one of Rosario's friends? Maybe it was Rosario or Rosalie or whatever his name is. Who knows? Is Rosalie really actually exist, or Rosario, or does he even exist? Is he just a fig Newton of your imagination? That is the question.
Something's bad. Something doesn't feel right. And I said, I don't want to go in. And she's like, you have to, or you have to at least do something. And like, just, you know, his door's wide open. He wouldn't leave it. Like, so I knocked on the window.
Which friend are you talking to?
Rebecca Becky. She's my best friend.
Rebecca Becky.
Rebecca
She knows about all of this.
What's her last name?
Of course she does. She had to work her story out.
She's got the boys right now.
So the boys are with her. Why not with Zach? She automatically suspects Zach did this.
Knocked on the window. And I called him. I just called him. And I know he's got that little piece of the blind nose open, so I knocked on the door. It comes in and wasn't in bed or anything. So I'm like, okay.
Why?
Bathroom or something. I just kept knocking on Rosario. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna open the door. So I slid the door open.
The main door, the glass?
No, the
screen.
I think Amber Heard did better at acting than her.
Pushed the blinds aside, and I saw the big puddle of blood on the floor, and I just backed up, I closed it, and then I called her, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of blood, and she's like, you have to call 911. It's like, I know, okay. And then I did,
and and
they're so
automatically she thinks it's his blood.
Hi. How are you doing, Sadie? Almost done.
All right.
It's a long.
sorry, it is long. It's just a lot of parts to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so many parts. A lot of parts. There's no parts to it.
You're coming back down.
You're made up shit, woman.
Helping us out with this. I'm sorry for that first thing, but how often have you been to his place there?
Like every other week, kind of.
Like every other week.
Like
After 2
I
months.
slept over there, and we
That's
ate dinner
so
together.
nice.
And
Oh, that's right. That's right. Gutter is going to be going live tonight. Well, it kind of rhymes. Just coming by to say hi before Gutter goes live. Well, it kind of rhymes. make sure you send her my best wishes. I always forget that she does her Tuesday nights. I may actually jump over there. I don't know, but I'm going to be covering some of the primary stuff tonight. So if she's still going whenever I'm finished up, we'll see where it goes. We'll make it good. I'm glad you could swing by though, Flatty. Thank you very much. That's right. She's gonna be going live. I'm trying to think. Did she go live at at this time, I thought she went live a little bit later on. Thought she went live at like 9 or something like that. I don't know. I've been so busy with my head up my ass. I haven't been paying attention. But center my love. Thank you.
Can you describe?
Well, I'll never draw it out. I'll never draw it.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I noticed things were like when I looked in
Right.
there and they were walking around, I'm like, this isn't the way it was.
Right.
Like, this isn't the way he would have it. Or
Oh, in about 20 minutes? Okay.
yeah.
I'll draw it out then.
Yeah, Mo will be joining me in about 20 minutes or so, just whenever she finishes up on her stream. And then Mo will be joining me over here. And then we'll just go through some more of this. And yeah, it's good stuff. It's very good stuff. I'll make sure that I come by there and at least hit a like on her stream. Make sure that I hit her little thumbs up too.
Sure. Yeah, we thought the same thing. Things were moved around in there. And
It was weird. It was like,
was it completely like?
so,
Well, we'll go through it. He's gonna draw a
Yeah.
sketch, and we'll go through it.
Mm-hmm.
it's just odd, just not.
It helps us with evidence. If something is moved, we need to know so we can, you know what I mean? So, so you saw Tom about you walked out and called us. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and then when you came, I just, told you exactly what I did and what I said, and I was scared to go in. And when I called, I said, should I go in and check to see if he's even in there? You want to call
Why didn't you call
911? And she's
911
like,
now?
well, you can if you want, but if you're scared, and I'm like, yeah, I'm scared. Like,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just I can't unsee that.
Right.
Unsee what? There's nothing to
All of it,
unsee.
and now I'm like, this all.
A messy house. Ah, sufferable.
Right, I'm gonna print this out.
Unless she's already seen
So you
something
read
that
it, it's
happened.
fairly long, all right? I didn't proofread it at all, so there's probably 600 spelling mistakes, but I apologize. And then we'll do the map, and then I just need to talk a bit, right?
Yeah. She's something else.
Yeah.
So she is, I'm just gonna say, she's got no, she never met him. So it may seem a little cold.
No, I understand. She has no ties to him, has no
Mhm.
No,
connection, so
no.
I get it. I mean, we do this a lot. I
Okay.
mean,
I know.
I completely understand.
I didn't really give her a lot of information because, again,
Well, she doesn't need to know either.
Right,
I'm not
you're
gonna tell her.
protecting your
I'm not-
kids from, you want to make
Yeah.
sure that this is a right person, right?
I mean, and I want statements to be 100% genuine, which is why
Mhm.
I'm not providing much to you. I want to know what you know and what you can tell me without
Absolutely.
tainting anything.
Yeah,
And that's the best way to get information. So
absolutely.
we haven't found them. We haven't found them.
Well, how are you going
Well,
to find him if you don't know you're supposed to be looking for him?
And obviously we have to keep an open mind, but at the same time, we have to go in directions that we can follow. Right? How big is Zach?
How big is Zach? I mean, this is a pretty interesting question. How big is Zach? I mean, she makes him sound like he is this massive guy that could do this kind of thing. But is he? Is he? And let me see if I can post that up there. Awesome. I can. Boom. Pin message. Boom. Nice. It's at the very top. If you want to support Zachariah Anderson, there is the link to go to and show your support. Show the love. Eris, thank you so much. Eris is pretty damn awesome. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that was pinned in there. And There we go. There we go. I should be able to close that. I'll just keep it minimized. I don't need it up here right now. All right, let me back that up a little bit. I hit the wrong damn key. So present, share screen. Oh, wrong. There we go. There we are.
I don't know, like, kind of fluctuates between probably like 180 and 200. He said he lost a lot of weight or whatever.
What does he do for a living?
He's not a fairly big guy, but he likes to fight.
He does.
There we go. Full screen.
Pretty proud of being
That's
good at
what
it, and has bragged about it in the past.
So I can bring up the audio
Likes to
just
talk
a little
about
bit.
fighting. He likes to talk about things that it's too violent for me. It's just too much. Like, that's why we aren't together. It's just
There we go.
it's just too much. And I was always afraid that, he'd take it too far with me sometime. And, that was part of the reason why I said no more. Like, I don't want it to get to a point where,
Think he's capable
we are
of
waiting.
somebody?
For her Lifetime movie? Yes, we all are. We are all waiting for her Lifetime.
All right. Let me go get this. We'll print it off, and I'll go through the apartment with you. Okay. I've just done a drawing, and
I can hope not. I really do. I mean, that's horrible.
And some of this will be dealing with only a
It's
certain
all
part of
doesn't
it.
look good.
Because he's going to go get the drawings so she can draw things out.
Right.
you thoroughly looked through your vehicle for this tracking device.
I looked like I had my mechanic friend come over and he looked like under the car and he went under the truck and went in the engine and we looked on the batteries
It
and
looks pretty small. That's right.
and he even said he's like
That she got caught.
they
in the
even come
car.
smaller. He's like, we got them on our trucks and he's like they're hard to detect if you don't
You
know.
can stick them in an air filter and hide them.
There could be in my house. I don't know.
Right.
It's a GPS one, but I think it has like the ability to listen. So I don't
How'd you
know.
know?
Rosario doesn't always lock his doors. I know, like, he would leave that open once in a while.
Since Sunday afternoon, or Sunday night, right?
Jesus.
8:36. Have you heard from Zach?
So last night, I texted him something about, like, are you hacking my phone? Like, what is going on? I'm like, someone said you're in my phone calls. I'm like, you need to stop this. Please stop following me. Just please stop all of this. This is too much. And then we had a little bit of a conversation and, he doesn't want to really talk about that. You always accuse me of stalking you and this. I'm like, weird things are happening. This is what's going on, but, I didn't, honestly didn't think. I don't know. Just I don't know.
You don't know where this house in West Dallas is?
No clue.
Okay.
No clue. He said West Dallas, and then he said Greenfield one time, but West Dallas. He said West Dallas, Greenfield. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, but obviously, you don't have a whole lot of ideas about anything except for, I have no idea where he's talking about, but I know what I just saw. I can tell right now he was involved in this. That's how he is. He's so strong, so powerful. He can, be pick up a 250-pound man and
All right, I'll let you read through that and then
not even
come back.
drop blood around.
Sorry, it's 3 pages long. I apologize. I'm gonna give you a pen too, because if there's something misspelled or it's something I need to change, just circle it.
What do you just mic? So bring that up a little bit. That should be a little better. And of course, I have my weight moved in a different way, so I can readjust just a little bit.
I'm just gonna, so he's gonna come in here and go over the house. I'm
You
gonna
know
talk
what that means?
to you guys out of here.
Do you know what that means? Whenever you get a mow raid, the kind of things that you have to do just to get a mow raid, you have to be a special kind of like retard. And I am that special kind of retard. So welcome, Mo.
Well, you know, we try. I was like, I'm not going out. I'm asleep. It's like,
that's pretty cool.
well,
I like that.
like, excuse the hell out of me for asking you.
Oh. Well, you haven't missed much. Just more of her whining and crying and complaining and being just like, well, everybody loves me. Well, that's because you're horrible. Hello, Lexi. Glad you could make
no
it.
one loves Skeletor, and you don't see him bitching about it. Well, I mean,
well, not today, at least.
yeah. I mean, then he and He-Man get all oiled up, and that's all I remember about the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it happens. Let me try something here. Say something for me real quick.
Okay.
Oh, excellent. That's much better. Your voice just the past couple of days have been really low. So what I did is I turned off your background noise, turned on your echo cancellation, and
I had it down lower for, I can't remember what trial that we were. Maybe it was the Crumbly. I can't remember who I was on, and we couldn't get the audio to work, and it was, you're too loud or you're too, and I was just like,
I don't know. I could never tell if I'm too loud. I was just judging it by the voices on the screen there. Hey, thank you for finding your channel. Well, thank you, Mo, for John Crumb finding my channel.
You are welcome.
We love Mo over here. She is a regular. I would say thorn in my side, pain in my ass, but it's more lovable than that. Those all sound violent, and you're not a violent person.
Maybe like skin mole. You know, I'm there,
but not there.
Conversation piece. Like one of those weird birthmarks that you have, that you, like or the lazy eye that you just can't not say anything about.
See, I used to date those girls because I found them so attractive. Like those, like there was this girl that I thought she was the most lovely thing. She had this birthmark that was like covered off half her face, and she was just she was adorable. And I couldn't understand why everybody's just sort of like, why are you dating her? It's just like, why? It's just a birthmark. Have you seen her body? Oh my God. She has like the body of a goddess. You know, it's like, who cares about this birthmark on her face? If that's what you're looking at, then geez. Like she was awesome. And then I did date a girl that had a lazy eye, like a real lazy eye. We're talking like,
okay. I would not be able to focus. I'm such a horrible person. I'd be like,
well, I didn't date her very long because she was a little crazy.
What are you? What?
But she did ballet too. I mean, she like had like, just saying, she was pretty flexible. Just saying.
Yeah, but how could she spot anything? She's spinning and she just goes around in like a diagonal orbit.
Because she would wear glasses, like corrective lenses and stuff. So but yeah, it was completely lazy eye. She was awesome.
These are the reasons I'm going straight to purgatory.
No, there's something beautiful about everybody, and I mean, she was also really nice. I mean, but until she went a little crazy psycho, but that was. And then I did have one girl that used to hit on me all the time. That one I didn't date. Apparently,
like
she was a
Like
baby.
Hulk smash hit or like flirt with you?
Like
Feel
flirt
like
with you, like,
oh, okay.
mm, like the sexual innuendos were nonstop.
Oh,
Just like, I mean, she would come up to me and tell me all of the dirty things that she wanted to do to me. And it was hard to take her seriously at first. And I realized, no, she was dead serious. The reason I say it was hard to take her serious, and I feel bad. So bear with me, because this is a horrible story. Whenever she was a little baby, daddy was psycho and shot the mom, the daughter, and himself. Okay. Daughter survived.
okay.
And so she had a constant, like, her body, she had no control over part of her body, like half her body was like, and it wasn't a deformation, it was just she had no control over it.
Yeah, I can.
And so it was just like, it was really hard for me to like get past that portion of it. It was just like, I just, and then she was like so needy, desperate, that it just really fucked with me. I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah,
You know?
the
And I feel
Sadie thing
bad.
the Sadie thing can either really get your motor going, like, oh, she
Mhm.
just really wants me, or I
Yeah.
don't have a rabbit. I don't have one. I don't care, Dan. I will not be ignored.
You should tell. Context matters. Sorry. Just saying. I like the freaky girls, What can I say?
You see, everyone was having their wild 20s. I was having all the children. I'd be the only 40-year-old at a rave. Mom, what are you doing? I don't know. These glow sticks are awesome. And I just had a brownie in the bathroom. No idea. I'll see you at home. I also ate everything at home. So we're going to Walmart.
Yeah. No, I was never I wasn't going out all the time. I was always out, especially, whenever you live in New Mexico, there's not a whole lot to do. And there's lots of available girls.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, there's only so many UFOs you can try to watch.
Well, yeah. Well, that and there is a lot of waitresses. I think I worked through every single one of the waitresses.
Well,
in like 2 states.
you know what every single special is for every single Wednesday, though. So you're a good guy to have on a road trip.
Yes. There was. Yeah, I could. I knew all the places to go and all the places to be. Waitresses were always seemed to be available after work. Like,
Aren't most people available after work?
Yeah, but their work time was like my waking up time. So it would work out where, I would show up as they were like, finishing out their shift, and they're just like, oh, just take me away from this place. Okay, sure. You want a drink? Sure. Whatever. It's fun.
We have lived very different lives. Shizzy's over here.
They're like, oh, the babysitter's taking care of the, 4 kids at home.
It's those motherly instincts that give you those wiferly instincts.
I was always bad. I was chasing it all the time. And then as you get old,
what teen boy doesn't?
Well, when you get older, you go, you know what? It was fun. It was lots of fun stories, lots of cool things that you saw and did, and very interesting people. They're just like, I just want to meet one person, chill, and just be calm. I don't feel like jumping from place to place and, trying to balance, worrying about, oh, now it'd be like, oh, is somebody checking my phone? It's like, I don't have to worry about all that stuff. Like, what, you want to look at my phone here? You want the passcode to it? I don't care. There's nothing on here. You're going to find like a whole bunch of news stories, if anything. You're going to find pictures of the dogs in my backyard and woodworking.
Yeah, I was like, the news stories I pick are going to make you question what's going on with the world. Like,
Yeah.
Like the Russian woman who slept next to her mummified husband because, as you would.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
She happens to be a semi-schizophrenic veterinarian because that's the woman you want next to scalpels. And she just happened to also make a shrine to Anubis in her house.
Nice. I love that woman. I would date her. I can fix her.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, she's definitely the one you want next, with scalpels and horse tranquilizers. Seems like a great
Yes.
idea.
Sounds like a wonderful idea. I bet she's vaccinated though.
It's Russia. I don't know how. Well, I guess we'll have to wait for Tucker's interview to see how Russia feels about the poke.
Completely gray. That's just today's world. No, today's world is no different than yesterday's world. Just the availability of finding out about it. You can find out about it much quicker than you used to be able to. It was always there. There was always that underbelly of crappy human beings. It's just much more quickly spotted now. If you think there were less of the pederasses out there, then you're probably wrong. There's probably about the same amount, except now they have more access to more pictures and they network, and it gets weird. You think that that the drugs are heavy and they're tearing up our cities? No, it's just the access to get to it is much quicker, and the access to see what's happening is much quicker, and things move at the speed of light now. So it's always been there. The dark underbelly and all the horrible, disgusting things have always been there. It's just more noticeable.
But can we vote to have Coca-Cola have cocaine in it again? I mean, just for all of us. It's been a rough last couple years. Just a scotch,
Well, Eric says, no, there's way more cray today. Transgender stuff, Trans-Ams, people just screaming like the car woman this morning. No, that's always been there. It's just you never would see it on the level that you see it now. I don't think there's any more of the nipple choppers than we had before. It's just now you notice it a lot more.
And look, all of the kids that are coming out, when I was in high school, the, subversive thing to do was be goth. Mm-hmm. Now the subversive thing to do is to be, you're not allegedly supposed to say this because social contagion isn't a thing, Trans-Am. But it's social yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that we tend to forget that it was there, and it's just our accessibility to know about it is so much more. There's always been the goth kids, the little vampires, the punk rockers, the headbangers, the metalheads, the skinheads, the freaks and fairies have always been there. It's just you're starting to notice it a lot more, and the availability to sort of get in on the bandwagon is much more accessible.
And you're getting a lot of you're getting acceptance, social points. You're getting all of the things that kids are told are really important right now. And it's no different than any other fad. Now, the level of destruction that this particular fad can have consequentially is terrifying, but
it doesn't worry me as much as it worries me for the generation that came up behind me. Because by the time that I see the amount of destruction that's happened, I'm already going to be dead. So I'm not going to be worried about it. Be like, that's not my problem anymore. I worry for the generation behind me that's going to be feeling some of the repercussions of it, but not see the full extent of the damage that it's caused.
Yeah, that's it. You are going to come to a very, very rude awakening. And unfortunately, people are playing it's the Jurassic Park thing. People are playing with something just because they can, not asking if they should.
Right.
I feel like if Steven Spielberg could make one, logical movie, then let's at least listen to the man.
Yeah. Yeah. We're wiping ourselves out at a drastic rate, and that's it. Trust me, climate change is not as bad as you think it is.
Well, I'm waiting for it to go full circle back to Ice Cube Earth. I'm holding on to my Leonard Nimoy stuff. Ice Cube Earth.
Give it another 25 years, and it will be saying that we're in the midst of some sort of global epidemic of sorts that humankind only created. I think George Carlin had it right whenever he said, "No, all you people are crazy. If Mother Nature doesn't like what we're doing, Mother Nature will shake us off like a bad case of the fleas."
Yeah.
This Earth is much bigger than you think.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a solar maximum right now. We're also in the middle of our orbit where we're closest to a wobble near the sun. Now, these two things would be obvious to any sort of climatologist, but no, it's definitely that we should all sing together and let Greta Doomsburg tell us what to do.
What do you think is going to transition into a human being?
Never. That's impossible. Let's go for something realistic. Will she become a better Data than Data was? Data started mimicking humans somewhat.
Yeah, I've known
Actually, no.
that have Asperger's, and one of them was all about the crazy carnies in a particular town.
She's going to go full Brett Spiner after he had to play Data for years, and he went full chewing up the scenery in Aliens as the long-haired, curly-haired scientist because he was finally able to have emotions. That's what she's going to do.
Oh,
she is just going to go full on Arizona hippie crystal chick.
Yeah.
That's my dream for you, Greta. I believe in you.
Yeah, she'll end up getting knocked up, have a few kids, and realize how bad of an idea that really is, and how unsustainable her idea of no plastics is. Because, oh yes, we should be listening to 16-year-olds to make policy. Not saying that the adults are doing much better, but I'm just saying, sorry, you don't have any life experience, sweetheart.
The problem with these eco people is you are basically consigning all of the developing countries in Africa to death. Because they cannot run on renewable energy. They can't. You can't keep insulin cold. You can't keep any of your vaccinations. You can't keep anything going on renewable energy. But you are so willing to throw these, developing countries who you say you love under the bus.
Mo, she's from Scandinavia. Do you think she cares about the darkies in Africa? Just saying. Do you think she really cares? When was the last time you saw her in Africa?
There's not enough sunblock in the world for that shit.
So I'm saying she's like a little freaking ghost. She shows up in Africa. She would change her mind after like a week or two. Probably about 30 hours. I would give her 30 hours before she would be like, screw this, get out of here. I am not burning my own feces to stay warm.
You would think, but I mean, it's all stupidity. It's all stupid.
It's,
It
it's
is all
like,
very
it's like
dumb.
the Wormwood Bible. You ever read that?
No, I didn't. So if I have to, I'll read like texts if I'm researching stuff, but I rarely get chance to sit down and read. So if I sit down to read, it is total cotton candy for the brain, romance, smexy novels. No thank ye.
This has a little bit to it. That's sort of the Wormwood Bible. It is a science fiction thing that takes place with this. What is it? It's a missionary that goes to like Africa, and they're trying to grow plants and stuff. But the only thing is they can't grow the plants they want to grow because, well, there's no pollinators. it's just like it's hilarious. I read most of that. She meant to say Greta gets her stupid wholesale at Costco.
That is true. I mean, at least she's efficient. She buys in bulk, like we should.
Yes. Yes. We'll get to some more of the
yes.
Shady
so now
scenes.
they've printed out all 3 hours of her babbling thus far.
Yeah. And she's going to be drawing a map here shortly.
Okay. And we got to get the messages up.
She wants to talk to her dad so bad too, and then like
Off
I'm trying to
her
like keep her.
daughter's
And I don't know
phone.
how to like, I told her like we have to be honest. Somebody could be hurt. Somebody's dad. Like I'm trying to get at her from that angle. Like you just want to find him. Just want to figure out like whatever. I'm like you might have some missing puzzle pieces that I don't know about. Maybe you can help figure it out.
She's
And then
13, right?
she's 12.
12.
Yeah, and she kept saying, "Mom, I know stuff, Mom." And I'm just like,
She wouldn't tell you.
please wait. Well, she did a little bit, but
Yeah. That's why she could weave it into her story. That's why she could weave it in.
like I don't know. I just want her to tell you guys.
I'll go talk to her.
I don't know. She'll probably tell me some stuff. Like she told me about the registration. She told me about the video taping, and she told me to change my password. She told me that he hacked into her school
I'm assuming they found
computer. She told me.
Huh?
I'm assuming they found tapes or video of him videoing her. Then, okay. Riddle me this, Batman, because I am confused.
Okay.
How did they arrest him on stalking charges if all they have to go on is her saying, he stalked me? Have I been using my boobs less than I should be? I feel like I have used my boobs 20% as much as I have never. I should be out just like boobing around town, getting free drinks everywhere. What have I been doing with my life all these years? What,
Sweetheart, they never found tracking devices in her car, around her car, in her person. The tracking devices that he had delivered to him were never even opened. They were still in the package. So he never used those. He never found a tape. These are all words of the daughter making up stories and telling mom these stories.
I need an emotional support
stories
beverage
and fitting them into her narrative. Yes, please do. Please grab a beverage. All of this stuff has been nothing but crap that has been made. It's made up in her fucking mind, in her daughter's mind. And like I said, she'll tell little bits of truth, but she's wove this story, Kong, because Zach admitted to going to Sadie's house with his daughter and the two young ones, the two boys, or I think they're boys, right?
They share custody. Also, in my magical power as someone who only baby drinks, I can find clearance booze like it's my job. 55 cents a can.
Cheers.
For wine. Now I don't even know what kind it is, but I was like 55 cents a can.
Hey, that's alcohol. I miss my drafty kilt.
We know you're not wearing pants.
No, it's my drink.
Oh. It's like we all subscribe to the flux things. Pants are prison. That's why I wear
Drafty kilt.
skirts.
See, drafty kilt.
Oh. I tried to drink a Guinness. I still contend beer is bread water, bread soda. Can't do it.
Yeah. This isn't a Guinness. This is an ale. It's not a. It's enjoyable. I still like wine and the hard stuff, which I have also. Cheers.
Woohoo!
For these kinds of things, I need it. Zach admitted he was checking on Sadie because the daughter was claiming Sadie was abusive to the children.
Well, yeah, I'm just, again, Inspector Mo goes in the next day and says, okay, so we've got this guy in the clink for drinking, this guy in for being a naked furry, and this guy in for stalking. We've got evidence on the other two. Did we get a phone or anything to get this guy on stalking? No, ma'am, but this woman talked us to death for 3 hours and we were just really done with her bitching.
Yes.
Okay, but that's a reason to lock her up for everyone else's safety, but not this dude. Yeah, but she pretended to cry.
Well, and after I finish I may actually do it with Zach Anderson. No, I'm gonna wait until after I'm done. I've got something special that I'm gonna do with those 2 videos, and it's gonna be, you'll see, it'll be good. Yes, Wrongful. Check out Wrongful Season 1, Episode 1 through 5. Zachariah Anderson, brought to you by Crystal Clear Media. WrongfulPodcast.com on YouTube here at WrongfulPod.com. Absolutely. Definitely check that out. If you want to summarize it down and you're wanting just to like have your brain go through, I
might do that.
the error in the first episode, but they corrected it in the second.
Okay.
One. They've been pretty spot on. So
hey, everyone does. I try to go even newsy news because sometimes the articles will kind of be funny, but like there was one about a slide in Disney World and this woman getting a wedgie, and I didn't realize that I got the article from a Disney affiliated sort of news source. And then when I read from a non-Disney affiliated news source, this woman had pretty severe internal injuries, not just an atomic wedgie. So I went back and did not only a like tweet retraction, but then did a thing the next day. Like, yeah, you guys know we don't make fun of people's like internal injuries unless they're doing something really stupid.
Yeah, I found I had one where I was showing a video of this girl that had got arrested in, I think it was Miami, for masturbating on the beach with a vibrator. Social media had blown her up so hard that she actually deleted herself.
Yeah, that's why
she was so embarrassed by it. So I'm like,
so there are some stories that people send me, like the guy that was swimming in the fish tank at Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah.
That I'm glad that it came out on a weekend, so it wasn't a trigger, thing, because that would have been on the next day's newsy news. So I'm glad there was that little bit of time, because honestly, it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
But it was, the situation is not funny when you're living it. So completely understand.
Exactly. Ooh, I just won't be swimming in any tanks at Bass Pro Shops. That's for damn sure. Does not sound fun.
It is kind of entrapment, though. They put a big old pool right in the middle, though.
Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I dropped some pennies in there.
I just say if they put a bunch of girls in bikinis there, I think Bass Pro Shop would increase sales by 100 bajillion%.
Different
Send
kind of
all
fish.
royalties to Mo from Mointhedeepend
Yes.
for that idea.
Yes. Well, and they could even change their name and just drop the B. That'd be good.
Tits and Ass Shop.
Yep.
back. Then she told me on the
You don't
drive
even
here
have to-
that you can pick class.
3 of those left.
Wait a
And
minute.
no, she said, well, because he
Shizzy, I have
busted
a marketable
Keegan's
idea.
Yes. You like it. Oh, let's hear it.
Titty bar / bait shop. We
Oh.
sports and shorts. We got it going.
Sports and shorts. I love it. You can open that thing up. Not only can you get your hot wings, but you can get some worms to go along with that.
I know. Here's your Luger and here's my double A's. Or
Yeah.
C's, whichever you prefer. I mean, we have a wide range of all accoutrement.
Boobs and bait.
We have Glocks, Wathers, D's, C's, A's. We have all of your needs.
Are you up, Baker? How are you doing, brother?
I don't know how he's up. He's
Oh my god.
he's like,
And-
I ate
and
pixie
that,
sticks.
yeah, Crumbly found guilty.
That is so beyond. Here's where I think she lost.
Her
And I know
defense
why.
attorney.
Well, okay. I think that the judge allowing the video of the shooting in was absolutely prejudicial.
Yes.
And shouldn't have been allowed. Then I think she lost when she said, the moment she said, I wouldn't do anything different. That's the moment. And I understand because she couldn't say that basically she would change everything, because I don't know if that would be admitting fault or that she would somehow get into a trap of admitting fault. But you don't say that. You also don't ask, are you the victim question? I think those two questions,
Yeah. No.
those just killed her.
Yeah. They should have said, Mom was not there. She did not put the gun in his hand. Son got the gun, went and did this horrible thing.
Yeah.
And had she gone and done everything different, would it have changed what he did? No. There is no stopping.
He
what
just
he
would
did.
have taken the implement from the butcher block. He just would have taken, a baseball bat. It just would have changed the implementation.
Yes.
It would not have changed. As much as they talk about America with, our gun violence, do we want to talk about Europe and their knife violence? Do we want to talk about, it's just the difference of implementation. You have young boys full of testosterone that are lost. Now, things are going to happen. If the counselor didn't know, how is the mom supposed to know? Again, that's my big issue. But yeah, the whole thing is FUBAR, and
It's a bad situation. They just made the situation worse by throwing this woman in prison.
they wanted blood. They want so badly to find someone else to blame, because punishing this little weird looking kid who doesn't
Wasn't
seem to
enough.
give a shit. He doesn't seem to give a shit that he killed people. So he doesn't seem to be suffering. It doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. So you can't get your pound of flesh from a little douchey kid that could do this and give no shits. So let's get our pound of flesh from people that look like they're hurting or
Yep.
will hurt. And let's make people hurt like we're hurting. And I can understand, because if my kid was lost, I don't know that I could be a bigger person.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could stop myself from saying, I want the entire family in jail. Like, I don't know that I could say that. So,
Yeah. But still, it's not.
and it,
That's bad law, because
It's
because
bad law.
They're going to go after her. They're going to go after her, but yet They won't go after all these parents that just, all their kids are driving rampant, killing kids, other kids on a daily basis. You don't see them. They will not, because what?
No.
They're not the right color, not the right demographic, because they're impoverished black and brown people. Oh, so let's not go after them. Let's go
going to be disproportionately used against political enemies. It's not going to be used against, inner city violence. It's just not. We know how it's going to be used. And if, let's say, Orange Man Cheeto gets in office, he better clean house at the Justice Department and get this taken care of.
It's going to get worse. It will get worse.
Yeah.
It'll get worse until people go, why? Why is it so bad? And I'm just going to look at them and go, tough shit. I'm too old to help you now. I fought it all I could, and you guys won. Are you happy now? That's all I can. All I'm going to be able to do. I'll fight it as much as I can, day in, day out. But there's only so far you can go.
Well,
factor law there about emotions. Yep. And we're seeing it right here firsthand. All about emotions.
And they're all about, you cannot tell me that wasn't a political speech. That Nancy Drew or Nancy Grace Jr. gave on that. And I am sorry, but this pisses me off like no other. To swing the bodies of victims around, just, like, these are my victims. I get to use them. You don't get to use them. I'm going to use them to hit you on, and just like spinning them around like a helicopter as you spew, just claims and stuff. It's just the grossest thing. It's so gross. It's so skeevy. It's just, ugh.
Yeah, it's bad. Just like this one. So, hooray.
House if he picked his house lock. Okay. He asked her for a house.
So she's going to read this out loud. The witness, the testimony that she just provided. She's going to read the whole thing out loud. Sweetheart, please stop torturing me, because
what? You're not deaf, ma'am. No, wait, that would be no. You can read in your head. Oh my God, she's going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Key, which I took from
Shizzy, why are you hurting my brainy bits?
I'm like, Dad ever asked you for it? She's like, yeah.
I'm good at it.
I'm like, when? And she's like, not that long ago. And I'm like, why didn't you get it to him? And she goes, because I told him he didn't have a reason to have it.
Hearsay.
And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well,
it'd be better if she made the little hand puppets. I'd feel more involved in the story. Punch and
my daughter
June.
said this. Oh, and I said this, and my daughter said this, and I said this, and my daughter said this, and I said this.
Punch and Judy.
Did you witness this guy getting deleted? No. See you bye.
Yeah. Do you have anything useful to my investigation other than just your long diatribe of
accusing somebody else of bullshit? And she like, and I'm like, and she's like, and
she does. She sounds like a high schooled girl. I can't. What is?
No, he does it to me every morning right before your stream. I set Eris off where she's just like, by the way, welcome, Myra, Emma.
I'm moving.
I'm gonna, I'll get back to that once the game is done.
This is why all the ladies come in all like hot and heavy into your stream, and then they hear your voice and they go, Mo calms me down.
Well, they're probably like, what in the fresh hell has Mo found now? Because usually it's like, oh gosh, what was this morning? Picking your nose can lead to Alzheimer's.
Well, if you go deep enough, I'm sure it could.
Well, apparently, if you introduce enough pathogens in your nasal archaeology, it can lead to long-term low-grade inflammation that can, I guess, breach the blood-brain barrier.
You know what I found
I
out
don't know.
today? And I don't know if it's true because I'm no doctor, but I hear that there's formaldehyde in vaccines.
I am no doctorologist, but I heard that Jenny Garth doesn't do vaccines, and she married one of the new kids on the block, or his brother. So she's pretty smart. I'll listen to her.
But I don't know. I'm just saying. I have no brain, so you're completely safe. There you go, Iris.
I found a brain. It had a name, Abby Normal.
Abby, something. Yeah, I forgot. That's why I forget so much lately. You've been picking your nose. I understand, John.
With the diagram, okay.
He's like, I'm escaping now. If you're gonna read out loud to yourself.
Oh,
The first thing,
she's got to read this. Make sure she's got her story straight. That the narrative is correct. She's probably never seen it written out, typed so incorrectly before. And they're fast forwarding as there's no conversation. She's just reading it.
He's just looking at it. It's his LinkedIn profile.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Lexapro.
Well, I mean, for God's sakes, does it really matter if she corrects anything? It's not like they even looked at it.
Yeah, I'm changing on all these.
Yeah, he's changing the name, like
From Lex.
finding words that he probably misspelled.
All the context terms.
Yeah, dig right in that boob crack, Mariana's Trench style.
There's just one little line that I recorded that's too green. Should be trimmed.
Such a horrible human being. There's a lot of this that is sped up that, there was quite a long time when she was sitting there all alone where it was just like,
I'd be like, ma'am, are you constipated?
oh no, she
Logins.
doesn't want to get up
It
and
was
leave.
just on it was the app that was on the burner phone.
Well, she has to know she's
I'm
a
just like-
suspect.
Well,
I just had a feeling like he's tracking me. There's way too many coincidences that he knows where I'm going or when I'm going or where.
Ma'am, no one has ever given two shits where you are.
People that drive by and tell me that you're
I think
not.
I speak for the rest of the human race.
I had a mechanic friend look it over and took it over. I just didn't take it into like a place.
Yeah. I can
But the
see
fact that I found this burner phone in my car, I'm like, well, if you had a tracking device on me,
Oh, so you
Why would you
the
put a burner
random
phone
car was
in
under
there?
under the seat or something?
yeah, you put it under the.
So you could just track
Car
on the
seat.
burner phone.
He used the burner phone to track. Yeah, the third burner phone that he had because I had already had the second burner phone that he had given to my daughter.
you're making up shit now. You used the first boner phone to track and you used the other boner phone to track my daughter and
No, you
now-
cannot drink wine.
Now
No.
we're just making up things. You need to take a
No,
shower
dumpster
and-
puppy. You cannot have wine.
Yeah, I caught the very bit of it, and it was on the long cuck thing. I was just because I just had it sitting there in the background waiting for it to come on. I was doing other stuff and I saw it come across. I was like, it's just so bad. I paused it because I was in the middle of working just in case it came on. I was fast forwarding. I was like, oh, the
Yeah.
mic came out.
Well, that and there were the multiple pathways you could get to negligence. So that was e even if you could have someone say, "No, she's not guilty," y I can argue any different way that she can be negligent. If you have an a-hole like me who's decided on her guilt, I can keep working on you until I find any old pathway that she's negligent. I just have to keep going until I find one that resonates with you.
Right.
I don't know why the defense didn't fight for, no, this is what negligence is, not multiple pathway. I don't get, like I said, there are only so many cases you can follow and so many things. So I haven't been on the Crumbly case, and I'm like, how in the hell did half of this get in?
I couldn't watch it. I was just because the defense attorney was pissing me off so much. I tried, and I was just like, she is so damned annoying to me.
The tenor of her, the idea of her closing statement or closing argument was good. The idea that any one of us could be on the stand next, that is the fear that you need to instill. She then took it a little too personal and then should have hammered home on the lack of evidence the state had. She should have completely nixed all of the TikTok stuff about herself. I didn't appreciate her talking about herself at all.
Yeah.
But she lost the case when she talked about, she should have gone in, because she actually did a good job with Jennifer kind of explaining her rather stoic and sort of off-putting or generally not approachable demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she kind of said, this is just how I am. This is how I process things. And you could kind of understand things and get that understanding. So she kind of did a good thing in that she let her explain that at first. But then if you know your particular client is already going to have an uphill battle with PR, with optics, you know that this question is one that you're going to have to give her. You should have her had said, if I could change anything to get those kids back, I would change it. I don't know what I'd have to change, but I would have changed it. Those kids should be here today. And I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have apologized. There's nothing to apologize for because she did nothing wrong. I feel for you. I empathize with your loss.
Yeah. But
I agree with what you're saying is, you know, if there was anything that I could have changed to make it better. It always looks like you're putting a hat on. I love it.
Well, yeah, it's got the little red thing that goes on.
That's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Sal gave me the thing that he used, or the camera, and I figured out how to plug it in.
Oh, that's
Fry,
awesome.
You are such a dumpster puppy sometimes.
What's that?
You're like a garbage pail kid.
And does that emit some sort of guilt? I mean, here's the thing. Cheese pizza and things about her son. Yeah, I wouldn't have done any of that. It was just, I would have been very short and to the point of, you know, this is, you know, well, like I said, there's so many things. It was the defense attorney that could have.
Well, that and if I would have hammered the counselor, I would have no mercy shown, you know, Mortal Kombat fatality, you know,
Right.
Because he's the one that you have to show was a professional. Let him go back to the class. Said that he was more of a danger to himself. And, you know, no one saw this. And you can't stop these things. Oh my God. Sometimes bad shit happens. You are not going to be able to legislate morality. You're
They
just
want
not.
to. They want to. That's what they want.
There are going to
Because
be
because you know how many rifles and pistols and big shooty pew pew things that are out there in the world that just on their own free will jump up and go chasing and commit all of these mass red rums, and they're just all over the place, just running around, willy-nilly, just, and then they jump into the hands of these unsuspecting victims and take them down with them because they're it's a gang, it's a cabal of pew pews.
sentient force multipliers that just
Yes,
want to frame inner city youths.
they're Daleks. That's what they are. They're Daleks.
That's I had wondered if that's what it really was.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I know, it's confusing. It's a mess.
This lady.
Is that third page? You can just tell me now.
Third page Germantown, not again, not review.
All hearsay. It's just like, after you hear this, you go back and you watch the trial, and you're just like,
I didn't really walk in.
they allow hearsay in of things that she
Well,
suspects.
here's the thing. Honest to God, if you had taken me and interviewed me the day that my husband passed, I could probably maybe tell you, okay, I was making my bed, I got a call, and I drove here. Like,
Yeah.
the amount of bullshit that she's, and then if you would ask, so what did you do yesterday? Your officerness, I don't know. I kind of blanked out. I got a call and I've been driving. What? I don't know.
Evening, folks. Dave quit, so I brought my box wine to fit in Law and Cunts. Yes.
I've got canned wine. I'm slightly classier, but just get a silly straw and it
goes down quicker. It goes quicker. And it looks cool. Especially when you see it twist all around. It's just like,
yeah.
And then it just hits you like a hot potato on a cold winter's night.
Open the blinds. I didn't even step in. I just opened the blinds, pulled them to the side, and I looked in, and then I saw a ton of blood on the floor, and I just closed the blinds.
Okay, what was that? Somebody check down on that?
Last page, right behind.
I looked out the window and I saw a car.
Okay, so I opened the
I
blinds.
just opened the blinds, and I saw a ton of blood.
You saw a car.
Closed
That's
the
it.
door, closed the blind, just. closed the
How do you
door
know
back.
it wasn't one of her daughter's boyfriends coming over there? Oh my God.
Sadie,
What do you-
what's your birthday, ma'am? Your name, Michelle?
No. Well,
Jay,
Nice.
here's you. I've got some rum. How's that?
you don't think you guys see Jay, I'm sorry.
One.
No, it's fine.
I don't have any scotch. Well, I do have some scotch. I also have some rum. One of our friends got back from Puerto Rico and brought us some rum.
Maybe you shouldn't have had the Taco Bell, ma'am. That Denny's Grand Slam is hitting you hard.
There's John. Mo M. Young says I was the one who lost your husband.
It was 15 years ago, so it's been a long time. So it's just I have learned that I can do like the ancillary stuff with this trial, but this trial, it's just going to be there's always some trials that you're just like hard pass, no thanks. Murdaugh was one, this one. Some just aren't going to be your jam.
Well, and like I had a hard time with Yorn. I can't
Yawn. Oh, he
Yarn.
was an insufferable dick.
Well, it was what he did that was
Him,
like I really had a hard time with that, and just the way that he was treating the husband and just everything about him was just like, are you kidding me?
I
You
thought,
and the witness impact statement. I had issues with this impact statement. Just I had to go back and watch it because I just wanted to be in that courtroom, and I could tell there was so many of those people that just wanted to beat the ever living crap out of him for doing that to an 80-year-old woman
yeah.
with an aerosol can.
Uh,
And I'm just sitting there going, and
just
the amount of no remorse that he had. It's just
the
like,
amount of no remorse, and that's my rosary, and I was watching Scooby-Doo once, and it look, if
what
I
is-
were a judge,
wait a second,
if I
what
were
are you talking about? Dave quit. What is that
I
supposed to
don't
mean?
maybe he just stopped the stream. I don't know.
I don't know.
I saw everyone doing the verdict. But I didn't stay on long after it. I was like, well, that's a bummer, but I wasn't shocked.
I don't know who
Dave isn't
Helen-
streaming anymore.
Did Dave stop streaming?
Why is Dave quit streaming?
Giving up on trial streaming. Okay.
You know,
who is Hella? I'm sorry. I'm
excited utterance.
Oh, excitable. Got it. I always because I don't know who that is. I've never heard that name Hella before. Dave quit. Verdict sucked. Dave's not streaming. Says he's
You know,
quitting
you guys, it's a lot of time to put into a daily trial, and this is a kind of heartbreaking verdict. Maybe give him some time, and he might find another trial, but he's also worked his butt off for, well over almost 2 years,
Yes.
Going to every hearing and all of this, and he's a practicing attorney. So, he's just making choices, so that's
Sometimes
fine. He can,
sometimes you gotta take a
and this
break.
is why I do second seat in a lot of things.
Yes. Can't justify the time with the money. Oh, exactly. Yeah, you're not gonna, dude. If you think you're gonna be making money at this, trust me. Not until you get into the hundreds of thousands to 200s of thousands to 300s of thousands to the million subscriber mark do you really start making any money. I mean, I'm lucky if I can pay for internet off of what I get off of YouTube. If you're in it for the money, sorry, you're a starving musician. I know what that's like. I was a starving musician. That's why I don't stress it at all. Like you'll see that the amount of streaming that I do as it gets warmer is going to decrease because it's warm outside, and I will be building shit in my garage, and I will not be videotaping it or streaming it. I will just be working because to record what you're building takes so much time and energy to get it all set up, the material, the equipment, all that crap. And it's just, I do not have the bandwidth for it. Like I can sit down and do this for a period of time, and I can do streams at night, but at some point I'm just going to go, you're just going to see me like, yes. Everyone wants to be rackets. I don't know why. Why? No. Mr. Beast, etc. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah.
There is no, the amount of work that you have to do in it, it has to become a full-time job. Like there is so much that you have to do. And, this is why, if you watch my stuff in the morning, it's like sometimes like half shots or like taking a shotgun and walking in and putting a blindfold on and just start shooting at things. It's so slap shot sometimes. And then sometimes I come in with a little bit more purpose because I've had a chance to, prepare for it. But if I was serious about doing like the morning, the evening, having a steady kind of income, like making something of it, the amount of research that I would have to do would be a full-time job. Like then you're looking at as a job. And yes, it is a business and you have to watch carefully the kind of stuff you're doing, but I'm gonna start streaming. I think I know I won't go get monetized with my sense of humor. You'd be surprised.
Hey, Sticks says all the cursey words and he's does okay.
I say a lot of cursey words, but it isn't all. I mean, monetized is like cool, but yeah, I'm not. No, like let's put this in the real world. I actually make decent money, like pretty damn decent money, and my wife, she was like, so if it starts to affect your job performance, you're gonna suffer the consequences. I was like, nope, don't worry about me. I got this. Yes, it is hard work. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. And
Tribert, stop being a weirdo.
The more that you do this, you sort of get into a groove with it, and you sort of have to find where you shine and where you do well. So, I think Mo has hit it like on the money, where she's like doing it just perfectly, just right amount of sense of humor, right amount of spunk, and she does wonderful, and she enjoys what she's doing.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't enjoy it, if it becomes that's why I generally take weekends off, or I'll because I'm up at 4 a.m. most mornings looking for news, because you'd be shocked how hard it is to find not super political, not Mesopotamia, not anything that's going to, be too crazy or have things that are way hard to pronounce. Although I always seem to trip myself up with something from Ukraine. I'm like, what the fuck? Something from Sweden, a fjord. And I was like, it was like 873 letters and one vowel. I was like,
and this is right. I love the Moisms, and that's why your channel does so well. It's because you are you, and you do it exactly like you would do it anywhere else.
And you don't expect to. I don't expect people to sub to me. If you want to sub, that's fine. But people go in, and I don't know why you would expect people to sub. It's weird, but people go on and they're like, some people expect like, I know all the things, or I'm great and I deserve so many subs, or it's just, some people are weird.
Yeah, no, I always hope that people are kind enough to sub to me. But I don't worry if I had, because the only reason I wanted to get monetized, it had nothing to do with all the super chats and stuff like that. The reason I wanted to get monetized was so whenever I finish up a stream, I could send people off to other channels, like people that I find interesting.
Oh yeah,
that I think are that do much better than I do with this kind of stuff. It's just like, and give them some shine. Sort of show it out.
Yeah.
What is up, expert? Good to see you, brother. Like this guy right here. Like we've been missing the expert. Is he doing you come in and hear people are weird? Yes. Especially me. I just think half the time I'm batshit crazy for even attempting to do this kind of stuff. But I have fun with it. I mean,
hey, I get to be extroverted in my room. I love this. It gets my inner extrovert out, and I never have to people.
Expert is weird. I'm young. Hey, babe. Yes. No, and no, I do like this like little group of people that hang out and they do stuff. They have a good time. They share. They are, kind to each other, and they're evil and they're mean and cruel to each other all at the same time. Like I've had other streamers like cut me down, like, and it really builds up some of that core where you're just like, you know what? I needed that. I needed that body check. Keeps you in line. Keeps you honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, some more of the shady Sadie is where we ramble and
Yeah.
the story.
Jung is right. We're going to be on part 89 by August.
We're having fun. I like hanging out.
Yes. Oh, ma'am, you're not
That's
even,
how the
you don't
German
even have
comes
real tears. Your mascara didn't even come. Well,
She's not wearing mascara. She
I'd say she
naturally
didn't
has
wash her
black
hair.
eyes.
Since
Sure.
March 16th or whatever that was.
Approximately what time were you at the house? 11 o'clock?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got there about 10:30. I dropped off the boys, and then I just
Why are you
just
looking at your
driving,
phone?
nothing else. I'll just drive and turn around and just check and make sure you're
Because she's
okay.
like-
Like
She's
that was,
Dory
whole
from
thing was
Finding
okay.
Nemo. She does. She's 121. She doesn't remember anything.
With Becky.
People are also rude, not expert, but people who don't like.
Because this morning I text her and
Be ready.
All
Are
right, so
you
just
ready?
the Rosalio
Ready.
and then the Germantown things, and then at the end.
so 11, 19, 11-ish, 11:15-ish, or something like that.
Ah, why'd you get so quiet, woman? You're so bitchy and
I'm
whiny.
sorry, what
What
did you ask me? What did you
Sorry, what did you ask me? Because I was in my own fucking world, mumbling to myself. Hey, Google Gamer, good to see you.
11-ish, 12-ish, 9:04. Like, her times are maddening.
Yeah. Do you think
If I believe in time as a social construct, I'd be really pissed off.
No. She showed up like that for her boyfriend because this is what turns him on. She's got her name tag on from being an IHOP waitress, and there's only so much cologne that you can do to wipe off that stench from that kitchen after you've been back there, and got the cook is back there doing short order cooking, and you take them back in the freezer and do some nasty things with. There's only so much time that you have to be snorting lines off the line.
I don't know.
Sorry.
You're right.
Did I hit it right?
Schlumpy. It's the new Target Schlumpy line. It's
I need to figure out how to make these texts say when they don't say, because I didn't prep my story. Yeah. So is that a tracking phone or a burner phone that you have, Sadie? Is that just a regular phone? Oh, let me see. I'm looking up at the camera. Maybe I can come up with some other news story.
Sadie's like, can I phone a friend? I'd like to phone a friend. Regis.
That is exactly what you're supposed to do. Got a straw for her wine.
When I went back and
Better.
I said, my friend, I can't find my friend, my friend is missing, and, she knows his name.
Well, later, and I'm not going anywhere.
The first thing she said is,
Sounds good.
call Dad.
Right there. Right there.
So that being said,
Also,
She knows.
do you talk to him? Like, if you called him, he answer?
Right now? Maybe?
what?
So if you called him and said, what did you do? Like,
I know.
as of right now, everything's leading towards him being kind of a stalker.
Somehow.
Yeah, I'm not saying he did it, but if there was one lead that we had, it would probably be if he was tracking, you know, if he threw a phone in Rosalia's car or he did something, who knows, you know?
Right.
Would you be willing to do that?
Sure.
Okay. We
I
might
mean,
consider
I just
that.
don't know if, you know, he's gonna be like, what are you talking about? He's very smart, telling you. He uses my words and twists them around all the time. I mean, like, I'm like, I didn't even say that, you know, or
Sure.
I mean, it's very narcissistic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
manipulating.
Mhm.
Okay, what you
Um,
meant to say was manipulative and
or-
narcissistic,
yeah,
but the
so
fact that you
you
can't
call
say either word is upsetting.
Well, she said Miss Elizabeth, she was, she was
Oh,
she was
she went full
confused.
Biden. It's a true
No.
international shot at pressure.
Well, it's very hard to speak clearly whenever your tongue is numb from doing a few lines before you show up to the police station.
Well, that's how I calm myself down daily. I don't know. Oh,
I don't know why everybody isn't doing that. I mean,
wait, those.
I would say I was more socially construct than other things. What is time to God? We measure
Yeah.
time off of planetary movements, which means it would be different on any planet. Yes. Who is this chick? Wait, don't tell me. I'll forget. Yes. Yeah, you do well. Love it.
What did you do? And then, what are you talking about? You're like, where's Rosalio type thing? What do
Yeah.
you think he'd be like? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Or you think he'd be like,
I honestly don't know. I'm surprised that, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I kind of wanted to. Like, I kind of wanted to be like, what the fuck's going on? What? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he'll tell me. I don't know if he'll tell me anything. I don't know if he'll say, you know, what are you talking? I don't know. Yes, I'll do it.
You know exactly what he's going to say. What in the fuck are you talking about, you crazy bitch?
He's like, no one would ever stalk you ever. Not if you were the last woman on earth and I needed. It was between you and a tauntaun for warmth. Not even then.
Would I want to be near you? I would not want to be that close to you. Sorry. Now, if it was between you and keeping my kids in my life, well, then I might let you like look at it. Maybe, if you're lucky. She's going to suddenly get so excited when she realizes they bought her bullshit. Yes, she will.
okay,
I don't know what. I don't know if he'll answer. I don't even know if he knows that I'm here. Like, if he's tracking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he can hear. I don't know what he can. It's weird that you heard a conversation that, you know, unless we're sitting outside of the window.
That right there, if somebody told me that and I was an investigator and they said he could be tracking me right now, I would be like, okay. Let's wind back the truth trolley here, sweet cheeks. Because something is not adding up here. Either you are batshit crazy, you're this fucking paranoid. What drugs are you on today? Asking so many things.
Okay, Carmen Sandiego. What is Agent Q did not supply him with a new pen, thingamajig that fires tracking darts out of his ass. What does she think he's?
Well, if you hit her with a tracking dart, she wouldn't be able to notice it anyway. Just saying.
No, at this point, she needs a Halidol dart, but that's more for me, so she'll stop talking. But that's neither here nor there.
Take to slow her down. At this point, I'm concerned. She needs more tranks. Children of the 80s are the true detectives. There are no true detectives. Trust me. It is like Okay, let's put it this way. With True Detectives and all this stuff, every so often you have to remember that blind squirrel will find a nut. Just saying.
To be fair, I watched an entire movie aimed at children, which was basically David Bowie's crotch in a cod piece being filmed like in Jumbotron and him chasing after a 16-year-old woman. So, I mean, I don't know about your 80s. Also, that and, weird, scary eagle creatures sucking the life out of gelflings. I don't know what Jim Henson was smoking in the 80s, but holy shit, I thought weed was supposed to make you happy. You
Yes.
fucking hippies got all pissed off in the 80s and then made, like, nightmare fuel, like Legend and The Never-Ending Story.
Here's what. See, everyone thinks, oh yeah, weed was supposed to calm you down. Yeah, maybe whenever you were 60s, 70s, and like early 80s, it would calm you down. But then there was this little thing called cocaine that came out, and then they started turning it into like this other little thing called crack cocaine. And then what they would do is they'd start rolling up crack cocaine and mixing it in with their weed, and that was just the start of it. Because then he started adding other chemicals in with the weed. I mean, you should have just stuck with smoking cigarettes and you would have been just fine. But no. You had to start smoking your little crack weed pipes and getting all like tweaked out and freaking out. This is why we're all fucked up. Because, oh no, man, I went to Berkeley and I learned how to make like this really cool strain. Like it is like purple and it's sticky. It's almost like butter. It just melts in your mouth, man. Like I've got this really cool stuff. It's awesome. Like one little hit in your bong, man, you're just like fucking gone, dude. Like you are blasted. Like don't do any more than just this little bit, man. It's awesome. Wake up 3 hours later with a bong spilled across your chest going, what in the hell did I just smoke? Holy cow. I was dreaming about purple unicorns and crap. Oh, I'm not touching that shit again. Sorry.
4 out of the 5 first Surgeon Generals agreed that Marlboros were your best bet for a good morning. So
you effed up because your boomer parents did weirdo drugs. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mom had to do MK Ultra, but I'm pretty sure Sal and I are twins from a weird alien experiment.
Well, it was more than that because my older brother, which was dyslexic, was diagnosed as being hyperactive. This was before they had the ADHD, ADD, and all that kind of crap, all the nomenclature before it. They just called it one thing. Oh, he's hyperactive. He can't focus. So how are we going to focus him? We're going to give him cocaine.
As you do.
Basically, I mean, okay, they give him Ritalin. Oh, okay, you give that to a young child. Do you know what that does to a young child? Whenever they don't have this problem, whenever they're actually dyslexic, so they start doing these kind of drugs, and you know what it turns into? It turns into this lifelong battle with doing
addiction.
And we're talking like the 70s. So here he goes through most of his teenage life being hyped up on fucking basically just like smoking crack. And so what happens whenever he's 19 years old? He's in the National Guard. And he's he only has to show up twice a week, and he's living on a farm in the middle of fucking Indiana. And what does he do? Well, he starts selling PCP, and he starts trying out his own fucking product. You know what happens after that? You end up face down, missing half your fucking head in a goddamn ditch. Okay, drugs, beautiful thing. Sorry, that's
no, it's drugs are.
This is what pisses me off about parents wanting to drug up their kids, and they don't realize the after effect and the long-term shit that happens down the road. Is why I get so, and it means a lot because it pisses me off that people are just like, oh no, let's give kids drugs because we have to calm them down, or they want to transition, or they want to do this, or they want to do that. How about you let them be fucking kids and figure out what the hell is going on with them?
We don't teach.
Get off my high horse.
Teach for little boys. We don't. The lecture a verbal lecture format is for little girls. That is how girls learn.
Mhm.
Boys are kinetic chaos machines. That is what boys are. Now, should boys have to learn to control their bodies? Yes.
Yes.
Should boys have to learn to, temper that wild impulse control with self-control? Yes,
Yes.
because society requires that of them.
And dads
But
are really good at helping out with that because they went through a lot of that same shit themselves.
yeah, also, look, I don't have a penis, allegedly, but
Allegedly.
how do y'all miss the damn toilet? How? That's not neither here nor there, but I spend
How
most of
do
the day
you use
cleaning my
the toilet?
son's bathroom, and I don't know if we restarted the no hands, no eyes challenge, which was outlawed in my house, but I'm getting a little irritated with people that have aimers that cannot aim.
So I think, and this, I could be wrong on this, but I think they should get rid of the toilet design, where you have to sit low and just raise it up really high. So, they have to just sort of throw it over the side. I guarantee it would stop that quite a bit.
I'm just about ready to send them out in the backyard where we live among the woods. I'm about ready to just have them pee
There's
out.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, just like what you do is you get an outhouse for them.
I'm about there.
If you have a wood burning stove, you give them the ash and they get to like cover it all up after they're done, and you just relocate it every so often. So yeah, just have them dig a nice small hole. Go out there. I need you to dig a hole. I need you to build me this box. Here's a toilet seat. That's your bathroom now.
And then
And
there you have potash.
yeah,
And you have
that's
wonderful nitrogen rich and ammonia rich soil for your garden.
yes. I
Oh my
love it.
gosh.
I'm on
No.
Adderall as an adult because I had 2 concussions from GHB when I was taking for narcolepsy. That's the only thing that helped me. My dumb ass fell hard when I was taking it. Yeah. Let's put it this way. I've had probably so many and I didn't think about this until somebody else was talking about it. And I was like, holy crap. I had tons of concussions as a kid. It wasn't abnormal for me to go, flying over my handlebars because as a kid, what was a bicycle helmet? Now, a bicycle helmet is what everybody on the short bus rode. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to rollerblade with a helmet, arm pads, knee pads, all of that padding? That's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, geez, like protect your brain. I mean, wait, you're telling me that you're supposed to wear seatbelts whenever your parents have that old ass Volvo with the metal dash? Whenever they hit the brakes, you go flying over the back seat and you slam into it, and they do that to say, "Sit your ass down in the seat." That's what my mother used to do. Be driving along, and all of a sudden she just hit those
brake
brakes.
check you.
Oh yeah, you just right over that seat into the dash. It's just like might lose a tooth. It's like, all right, it's okay. It's just a baby tooth.
God. And yeah, just all the it is amazing to me how we have simultaneously overprotected and underprotected our children. It's absurdist to the point of farce, and I just have to laugh at it because if not, I might start welding.
Yeah. Hey, you flipped your tricycle and cracked your skull open. My little sister, she fell off of like one of those little like monkey bar things, the little dome things. She fell off one of those whenever she was really little and cracked her skull open. She had bleeding on the brain and caused her to have epilepsy up until she turned into a teenager. And she was taking phenobarbital and started having seizures because basically it had healed all up, but she was still on this phenobarbital, and it'll cause you to have seizures if you don't need it. So she was having seizures all the time. They did it, an investigation on. They were just like, yeah, we're taking you off this, and you need to not be taking this drug anymore, and you're fine. You're fine. This is what's giving you to her. Yeah, you remember the merry-go-rounds that would spin? I can remember being flung off of those and into the side of a building head first.
Well, yeah, because if you don't take someone's dirt bike and try to rev it up and, spin really, really fast, are you really even playing?
Well, yeah, I had a BMX bike, so, and their helmets, pads, no, you just go as fast as you can. It's just like, look, there is a ramp and you got enough speed, you hit that and you can get the bike sort of halfway up, except if you forget to put it back down and there's a tree there, I did a face plant into a creek one time because I didn't pull up the wheel fast enough. So a little ledge jump. Normally I would just jump off this little ledge. I forgot to pull and it just went nose first. And I woke up like 30 minutes later. My face was covered in mud. I had a big crack right here on my skull, a big egg on my skull where a rock hit it. Luckily it didn't split it open. I probably would have bled to death. Who knows?
And then RIP your friends that were right by the little ramp that you and your friend hastily put together with like one nail and a piece of plywood.
And it was like 1/4-inch plywood.
Yeah.
You're just like
little tire marks just all over there. Look.
Yeah. And if you get shave your balls, guys. I hate public bathrooms.
I don't understand people that don't have to have home field advantage for certain things. Like the people that can just go into the stall right next to you. Because if given the choice, I will pick a stall far away from you. If given the choice, like if there are many open stalls, I will not pick a stall next to you. But for some reason, if someone picks a stall next to you and then just decides that their Taco Bell, they are done renting, and you're like,
that 7-layer burrito is sure making a mess.
You're like, no, God, no. Could you warn a chick? Could you do that?
Well, what's even worse is now you come out and you found out that it wasn't a chick.
Then could you light a match, sir? Come on, we know courtesy around here.
Hey, how you doing? What is up, Jacob? RNC chair resigns? Huh, go figure.
All of them? Rhonda McDaniel?
I now I gotta see what the hell is going on.
Rhonda McRhino?
Let me see. Google search RNC. RNC chair McDaniel has offered to step down following the South Carolina primary 44 minutes ago. Here, I'll share this tab. So, Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel has offered to leave her position following the South Carolina primary later this month to allow former President Donald Trump to install his own leaders of the party. Two party advisors told CNN. She also discussed those plans with Trump, according to a person familiar. RNC spokesperson Keith Shipper told CNN in his statement that nothing has changed. This will be decided after South Carolina. The New York Times was first to report on McDaniel's future. McDaniel's offer to resign comes after tensions between Trump, the front runner for the Republican nomination, and the RNC have heightened in recent days, and his former president's team has begun quietly floating names to replace her. CNN reported earlier Monday that North Carolina Republican Party Chairman Michael Whatley and South Carolina Party Chairman Drew McKissick were among the names being floated by Trump's team, according to sources with knowledge of internal discussions. Florida State Senator Joe Grutters, blah, blah, is also a possibility. So she's stepping down, but she hasn't stepped down yet.
Well,
wow.
To be fair, Nikki Haley's like, you guys, I'm still in the race.
Yeah. No. She hasn't been in the race for a while.
She's like, no, you guys, I was on SNL. She doesn't have a top lip. It's really weird.
that's sort of why he is going to ruin the RNC. That's what you want to happen, because if the RNC stays the way it is, all it is the RNC with a big D in front of it. That's all it is, or a little D, or a
Yeah.
little D behind it. More than likely, it's a little D behind it. So it's the RNC with a little D behind
Yeah.
it, because they would never take it in the front. Just
I don't
saying.
know. Lindsey Graham, X to doubt on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no faith in the RNC, the DNC, the independent NC, or the libertarian, or anybody that has to be some freaking party affiliation. How about you vote for the person that's going to do the best freaking job for the country and stop screwing around with the dumb shit? Just saying.
I say we bring back the Bull Moose Party.
Ladybugs, Lindsay. Hey, have you seen my ladybugs? No, it's not dirty back there. Those are just ladybugs.
Where is
about that,
my
right?
friend John McCain?
No, you heard about that story, right?
Oh God, no. I already hate
So
Lindsey Graham with a fire and
okay, so
fury.
there's a story. Don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's possible. This is a possibility that he might have been with a gentleman of the night that was a little disgusted by Lindsey Graham whenever he went to get a little pokey and looked and was like thinking that was really dirty. And so he went to go get a washcloth, came back and Lindsey Graham said, "Oh no, that's not feces. Those are my little ladybugs." According to somebody that was
Not as shocked as that does not shock me.
No, I'm not
If anyone
shocked either.
If anyone could watch that Rodney Dangerfield movie and get something wrong about it, that would be Lindsey Graham.
Oh, you've never heard this story? Oh, yes. Julio has heard this story though. Yeah. It's pretty well known that he likes to get gentlemen of the evening.
My shock. Well, let's see here. What I can say is that, look, the Republican Party is not even a pothole in the stop. They do nothing. They had a super majority for the first year of President Trump's presidency. They did nothing but scarper his plans because they didn't like how he talked and he wasn't all presidential and crap. So they desperately want the media to like them. They will not get Mitch McConnell out. Mitch McConnell threatens every single populist and actively campaigns against them to the point that he and Ronna McDaniels have lost us elections because they will not go with populists because they do not want people that are not beholden to lobbyists. So they can shuffle on off and go with the old zeitgeist. They really can.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I would think Vivek Ramaswamy would be a good person there. He is.
I disagree. I like him on what he's saying because of what he's saying, but I don't trust him because it sounds fake. It sounds like bullshit. He is saying all the things that everyone wants to hear, yet he has no proven track record of any of this whatsoever.
But how is he going to get a track record if we don't give him a chance?
Run for your local office. Run as a governor, run as a senator, anything like that where you've got some sort of political experience. Because it's okay to say all the bullshit. But he's never done any. I mean, okay, he ran a biotech company. Great. Hooray for him. Give me some life experience.
Okay. I'm willing to concede on that.
I have a really hard time with the whole grift bullshit kind of people where they come out and they say and you'll see it on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever your social media platform is. You'll see these people that come out, and there'll be these hot girls that are just like, yes, I carry guns, and how do they make you feel? And they're all about the manosphere, and women should be locked into the kitchen and serve their man and all this kind of crap. I'm very suspicious of this bullshit because you're just saying what dudes want to hear. I'm sorry.
Wait.
You don't keep it a tight. I'm sorry, woman. You don't keep a tight ass looking like that if you're not going to the fucking gym on a regular basis and watching what you fucking eat.
I do have a question. Is that
kids? I guarantee you that nice little hot body that you got goes the fuck away. Those fake tits and blah.
that just pearly chick? Is she a troll or is she for real life? Because I can't tell if
She's a hack.
like.
Pearl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pearl. She's a
Yeah,
total
just
hack.
pearly things or whatever. I'm like,
No, she's a hack. She's a hack. And if you see any of these women, they're all about the manosphere. Like, I'm standing up for men's rights. Tell them to go fuck themselves because they do not stand up for me.
Oh,
They do not
well,
speak
okay.
for me.
Then don't watch my Barbie review.
No, I'm not talking about women that are speaking out. I'm saying that women, if they feel that they have more power to speak out for me than I have to speak out for myself.
Oh no.
I view it as the same way that they view black people, that they view Hispanics.
No.
And that's what I'm talking about. And that's how Pearl is, or
No.
Pearly, whatever her name is. It's like she takes away all of the strength that men actually have, the ability to say, you know what, we don't give two shits about the blue-haired lady that's sitting over there ranting and raving about her not liking my fucking handgun strapped to my side. I really don't fucking care. And I don't need anybody speaking up for me. You can just go fuck off to another goddamn place. Pearl can kiss my goddamn ass. I'm sorry. I just don't like those people. They piss me off to no extent. Yes, love the Barbie review. Refuse to watch the movie. Sorry, John. I'm not trying to piss anybody off.
Oh no, that's okay. Megan, I actively cheered for the commercial breaks. If that will give you any idea of how my movie review went. I was like, I'll say one positive thing about the movie. It had the Indigo Girls and it had Matchbox 20 sounds on it. And then what in the festering feminist hell did I just watch?
Matchbox 20 used to have all their equipment stored at a place that I'd backline for here in Atlanta. They used to be in town all the time. Like that was like a constant running into Matchbox 20. I remember watching them load up four 18-wheelers full of equipment to go out to go on tour. Yeah, that would have been back in what 90s, 2000s, early 2000s, something like that. Yeah, it was hilarious back whenever they first were starting up. Yeah, I used to run with a lot of musicians, so yeah.
Rob Thomas is still cute in my book.
That seemed like a pretty cool guy to me. I mean, I met all of those folks on a regular basis. I mean, it would be like, oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I got to meet Ray Charles and Rick James all in the same month, and Casey Casey from Casey and the Sunshine Band. Yeah, I got to meet all of them within the same month.
I love that we're so bored of Sadie that we're just like, is there anything else that we can talk about? Have you talked about the economic, the Kensington? Have we talked about Kensington economics yet? No, we haven't really.
No, we haven't talked about this. Sorry, I just the RNC things sort of set me off.
No. Honestly, the best thing that they could do is get a lot of these people that refuse to let new blood into the RNC.
Yes. I love this. I refuse to see the movie unless there was a full frontal of Ryan Gosling. There was, in fact, nothing there as an anatomically correct Ken should be.
No, but the final scene of the movie is Barbie becoming a real woman and going to a gynecologist. I shit you not.
Yes, I am with you on that, Megan. I would watch Oppenheimer 4 times in a row instead than rather go see the Barbie movie. And that was a long fucking movie.
Barbie was long too. It was almost 3 hours.
You know, here's the worst part of my connection to Oppenheimer is always going to be, and it's bad. My connection to Oppenheimer, seeing the movie. You know, Steve Gosney is such a wonderful person,
Yes.
and a crazy fan sent me an STL file to print out some stuff for him. Okay.
Yes.
And I sent those to Steve Gosney. And the night that he was going to open those up, I couldn't be there. I was like, listen, I'm going to be at Oppenheimer with my wife. And all hell broke loose on Gosney's channel. And it carried on. It still carries on.
It continues because
Yeah.
like Chernobyl, radiation just continues.
That's my connection to Gosney. Well, that's my connection to Oppenheimer, not Gosney, because I've got better memories of Gosney than that bullshit. But I was just like, oh my God. You know, I'm like, so you're telling me that because I did this for Gosney, that now I have to deal with this. On a regular basis, I have to deal with this kind of crap.
You know, well,
And see,
I
you
will
know exactly
say
what I'm talking about.
As a person that wears wigs, I don't know. It feels odd to throw aspersions at people that wear spandex, but there are levels to which dignity can be given up on the internet, and I think spandex is a bridge too far for me.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's get on with Sadie because we haven't got to the good part yet. It's coming.
Did you really like her that night?
Did you follow it more done?
Which one?
Most recent time.
The one that Wednesday where I like, or
So I'm not familiar exactly.
I didn't really like file. We didn't. So I had contacted the Germantown Police Department over the course of the last couple of weeks because I had a feeling like he was tracking me. I found this phone. I found the other phone, and these were the two ladies, the sergeant and the other officer with stuff. And so I just reached out to them because they were already on the case. And I said, you know, I know this isn't really related, but I'm having issues with, you know, Zach. And anyways, before all of this, I said, and I feel like he's tracking me or something's going on. And then they're like, well, you know, we can help you. We can either put a video camera outside the house or, you know, whatever. And then I said, well, where would a tracking device be? And like, I found that he purchased these tracking. I don't know if maybe it's on, you know, and they said, well, here's where we would put it, or, you know, here's a place, which is, they said, really just go and take it in somewhere and have somebody look.
Take a breath, woman. Who is stalking who?
No one is stalking this woman. I want someone.
That's what I'm wondering. Who is stalking who? It sounds to me like she's stalking him. If she knows more about what he's got and where he's got it and what he's doing than he does, oh my fucking God, who is stalking?
I want a very blunt, very Ricky Gervais person coming in and saying, in his very Ricky Gervais way, no, the fuck they're not. No one's stalking you. You bloody cow. No one wants you.
Really?
You're the bottom of the barrel. No one wants you. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, you cunt. I'm looking at you and I'm seeing your face there, and it looks like 2 years of bad road, and somebody hit every pothole of ugly that there was. And I will tell you what, no amount of paper bag over your face is going to make me want to fuck you or even chase you down and want to fuck you. So I don't know what your problem is, cunt, but nobody cares.
Just that. Just Pierce Morgan, or, you know, just
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais, you know, I need someone with the gift of truth just to be able to sit there and say, Sadie.
Sadie.
Well, but here's the thing. Gorlock also thinks they're a 10.
Gorlock's a dude.
Have you seen?
So as far as 10s go, Gorlock could be a 10 because, I mean, guys have that self-confidence. I mean, we look at ourselves and we go, yeah, I'm a 10. I don't
I'd
care.
do me.
I'd do me.
I'd.
I mean, I do myself. I mean, anyway.
I mean,
so,
Goodbye Horses playing in the background as we all do. Robe and dance. Possible.
I might even put on my own slippers, light my own pipe, rub my own feet. You never know. I mean, I would do me.
But it just, again, if I had half the self-confidence or self-esteem or whatever this woman has, I just never would it be my default. Yes, everyone is stalking me. Never in my life. Like,
do you know why Adam took? Do you know why God took one of Adam's ribs off of him? So he had a fighting chance to get himself off.
Probably.
God's an evil son of a bitch. Oh, we'll make you fight for it. Go ahead.
Oh, well, that's okay. My husband, so I like to study religions, and my husband didn't know the actual real, stuff behind Scientology. And he's like, you are making this shit up. And I was like, no, I shit you not. You're my favorite turd. And he's like, you are making this bullshit up. And I was like, no, it was made by a guy who likes young children. And, it's all about these aliens who got stuck by this evil emperor into a volcano and their alien spirits are stuck on her. He's like, you're making this. I was like, no. This is exactly what Tom Cruise believes.
I read this a long time ago, before the internet was even really a thing. And this is no joke, that there was a bet between L. Ron Hubbard, John Serling, and another science fiction writer of who could make the best cult, and whoever won, it was like $100 bet or something like that. Like, who could make the best religion? Like 3 science fiction writers got together and said, and I guess L. Ron Hubbard went fucking whole hog on
it. Stephen Hawking's like, come back here, guys. I have a good idea. Come back. Going straight to hell for that one.
Well, that Hawkins was on Epstein Island a few times.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have Stephen Hawking likes little people nudity on my bingo card.
Every time I think about that, I'm just like this.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded.
Just that's me. I mean, every time I hear, Hawking was on Epstein Island, I swear to God.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded.
So I told my husband that, and he's like, so, but how did he do anything about that? And I said, I don't know. And he's like, did the machine do something for him? And I was like, no, that was a ventilator. I was like, that was not no, that didn't. I was like, no, that was a ventilator, you giant muppet.
Oh my God. I ain't so good. I ain't so good. You don't know what I'm thinking.
Oh my God, could you imagine? Faster.
Faster. Harder.
I can't type fast enough.
Oh, you're so good.
We're going straight to hell.
Harder. I feel it now. It is.
And then the
hurting.
R just gets stuck. R. And well, Shizzy had the wonderful channel.
Yes.
And we loved his channel. R.I.P. Shizzy's channel.
I always wonder when are they going to come after me? Probably. And if they do, oh well, you know what? There's still Rumble, there's still Kick.
I can just see it at the 5 o'clock news tomorrow. Ma'am, were you making fun of Stephen Hawking's? Yeah, but you've got to admit it would be pretty fucking funny if he was trying to have sex and he got stuck on the R.
For Shizzy's channel.
Besides, I too have a Jimmy pass, not a Timmy pass, but a Jimmy pass.
Gotcha.
So screw right on off. I am handy crap too. So get the hell out of here.
And I will tell you, I rode the short bus to school.
So we are all handy capable here.
From kindergarten to first grade, I rode the short bus. It wasn't really handicapped because we lived out in the country, and that's all that would come out for like the 5 kids it would pick up. So it was the short bus, and yes, I was on there with the bobbly wobblies, and they are very happy people. And I think it's because they have one more chromosome than you and me. So I have no problems with you know, it's funny because when I go to my local grocery store, there's a bobbly wobbly in there, and he is so cool. And every time that he's in there, it's just he is always happy, and I'm always is absolutely kind to him and thank him as much as possible because you know it really means a lot to him, you know. And sometimes he'll even give you a hug. It might be unwanted, but you know.
And then Mo has to try to not lock up and resist the urge to push and react violently.
Go all Terminator on him.
Look, the best thing about the coof was when churches were like, you know, we are going to stop the practice of hugging or shaking hands with your closest neighbor. And I was like, well, for fuck's sake, that's what I've been asking for all this time.
Well, now all you have to do is just go, sure.
Yeah.
Back off really quick. It's like, oh no, it's okay. You just, if you want to have some real fun, get a bunch of Asians on a bridge and start jumping up and down. Oh my God, that's so much fun. They panic.
Well,
I thought somebody was joking. I was like, are you serious? So my wife and I were in England, and Asians, for whatever reason, are very rude. They like push into you, and they just don't have this body awareness where they'll just like run right into you. And me, I don't like being in crowds for that reason in the first place. So here I have like a bunch of like really small people like running into me like a little ocean. And I'm just like, I'm like, and the tour guide says, you know, here's a little thing. First of all you have to do is start coughing. They automatically will disperse away from you. That's one thing. So another thing is if you're on a bridge and they're really crowding you, just start jumping up and down. They'll panic and they'll leave. I thought she was joking, and oh my God, I did it, and they did.
I would have
like one of those wobbly bridges that has a little bit of movement to start jumping up and down, and they're just like, whew.
Okay. To be fair, I would be scared too. So it doesn't help if I also, it's like when, you know, you say you deal in illicit street pharmaceuticals and you take your own product. If I too am afraid of my own jumping, then it's.
So are we talking 2 girls, 1 cup, or are we talking?
No, the communion. So he's talking about.
Oh, gotcha. See,
the cheese. It's not a cheese. It's a wafer. Damn it!
It's a cheese. Didn't he say like the blood of the Christ is upon you?
It's a communion wafer.
This is the blood of the Lamb, and this here is the body of the Christ. The Jesus. And here you go. How confident does it make you feel? What do you want me to be, a cannibal? I'm drinking blood and eating bodies of people. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? Oh no, it's supposed to be symbolic. What's symbolic that I'm a fucking cannibal? What's wrong with you people?
Hey,
Jeez.
that's transubstantiation, consubstantiation. It's led to a lot of shit in Ireland, okay?
Christ checks.
That's what so since I'm a recovering Catholic and we go to just a regular non-denominational like blender Catholic or Christian church now, my kids are like, "Can we get the Jesus snacks now?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, the little juice and the cracker, the Jesus snacks you get." I'm like, "First of all, they're not Jesus snacks. It's not like a name brand trademark like Buddy Christ." Fruit snacks and crucifixion just for you.
Well, my first name is Patrick. Okay, so all of the niece and the nephew call me Uncle P. Okay, because they don't want to say Patrick. They're just like Uncle P. And they figure there's these little non-crackers that are really good with some pimento cheese, like very particular pimento cheese, very particular cracker. My brother-in-law and I went to the grocery store and he was like, "I'm looking for something just to like, feed the littles in between whatever." I was like, "Well, this is pretty good stuff." And then these non-crackers are pretty good. He goes, "Well, were those good with whatever dip thing that they had?" I was like, "Yeah, they're like a hearty cracker. They're pretty good." The littles loved it so much they started calling them Uncle P crackers. Like they don't even know that if they went to a grocery store right now, they would go Uncle P crackers and like the lady would be like, "Who in the fuck is Uncle P? Where I don't know what this is." And they could find the bag because they know what it looks like, but it's very particular. These little it's hilarious. Kids are awesome. And I mean, whenever I heard that, I was just like, "Oh, they named them after me, and they're not even mine." I just have I have good taste. All right, more of the Sadie.
Let's see if she starts crying.
But then she said, well, the scary part is we did that once and, they disconnected the battery and reconnected the freaking tracking device and had no idea it was the tracking device. I'm like, oh, great. So I don't know much about that.
You don't know
so
much
I just
about
kind of been
anything.
keeping them in the loop and then just documenting. And I have at home, I have written, I promise you about it. But I just have like just the last kind of things written down about like the burner phone and been telling me, and because she's not, would you tell somebody and what you, and she's like, I don't want to get in the middle of you,
Sure.
Kid.
How old is she?
12. And she's just so torn, just,
Sure.
I mean,
She's a
I
retard.
can't be.
No.
Let me go get that paper real quick.
Notice all the tears went away.
Yeah, well, she's still trying to learn remember how to read.
That's basically the.
How many? That looks like 10 damn pages.
You can sign the date in the lower right of the whole machine.
They don't need to have every word.
Before we do that.
Just basic
All right, so
stuff.
here's kind of the layout. So we're going to do this layout kind of as you're walking in the door from the hallway. All right, is that easy for you? Or do you want to come in the patio door?
Here she goes with tears.
It doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah, I can come in from the main door.
Okay.
I can come in.
So
and
is
The
there-
kitchen's over here. Yeah.
Yep. So here's the kitchen.
Yeah.
Then he's got the couch,
Yeah.
futon type couch.
Mhm.
Okay.
He has the white, like a little table, 2 tables.
Yep,
There.
it slides
Is
together.
that usually right here as well?
Don't it's in the middle. There's a rug right here.
What does this rug look like?
It's gray. Like kind of stripes, gray-ish.
So she's only been over there a few times, and she's noticed.
It's got like a pattern on it, straight type pattern, not stripes, but some type of stripe pattern on it.
I'm trying to think if old me would notice these things.
Okay.
Possibly.
I've been in my house long enough. I I could turn off all the lights in my house and make my way from the front of the house to the back of the house, downstairs, upstairs, and never bump my knee, shin, or anything like that until I've been drinking. Then it's just like, if I drink enough, then it's like, well, I'm going to run into something, so I better turn on a light.
Well, I mean, then everyone's a little bit tipsy, and
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm sitting there thinking, no, I mean, I know what there is in my house only because I've been here forever. But if I went, okay, my buddy Thomas, if I went over to his house right now, I could picture walking in the front door. What I see, I don't remember. Off to the left, I think there's a dining room, and off to the right, I think there's a living room. I don't know. There's some bedrooms somewhere there because what reason do I have to go visit their bedrooms? They got 2 girls and a husband and wife. Why am I going to go back in those bedrooms? Makes no sense to me. So that matters not to me. The bathroom is down on the other side of the wall, like a little zigzag there. And then there's a kitchen, and then there's a backyard. But if you ask me to describe what everything looked like as many times as I've been there, no, I couldn't tell you. Like I could draw a rough layout of how the house is laid out. But if you said, well, what's on the floor for a rug, I would go, I don't know if they even have rugs or the carpets. I mean, nothing stands out in my head. I mean, if it was like some crazy clown like print, carpet or something, I might notice. But if it's just something that just sort of blends in, I ain't gonna notice shit. I likes to be true.
I mean, yeah,
I know.
if she was obsessed with him, like it seems like she is definitely much more into him, and she is in a relationship and he is in a date ship, then she probably notices a lot more than he notices.
Exactly. Like who is coming and going from his house.
Great. We used to trip on it when we danced in the living room.
What were they doing? The chicken dance in the living room? Come on.
So it's
The
is it, like,
Macarena.
all gray, but like,
I like the chicken dance better. Or the hat dance. I had a guy that I worked with that was awesome at doing the chicken dance and the hat dance. Like he was badass. He was like 6'4", so 6'4", weighed probably about 300 pounds, and he'd just have ladies all over him because he would get out there and he would just shake it up. That man could do the hat dance, chicken dance. He didn't care. He was there to have a good time, and the ladies all over him.
I'm telling you, if you can be confident and funny, what you cannot do is be both maybe not conventionally attractive and an asshole.
Exactly.
Those two combined do not get you anywhere. Now you can be unconventional and have like humor and that kind of stuff. Women will go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Unconventional, great dancer. Women will go for it.
Yep.
Unconventional, good guy, good dad, good stuff like that. Women will go for it. Unconventional and an asshole.
My nephew, one of my nephews, I have lots of nephews. Well, one of my nephews, he's 30. Hell, he might be. Yeah, he'd be in his 30s now. He married his high school sweetheart. His high school sweetheart was the hottest chick in his school. And the only reason that he ended up hooking up with her is because he was the only guy that tried out for dance, like their little dance troupe, jazz dancers, some crap like that, and learned how to dance. And he was like, so he was in every single show, danced with every single girl, and learned and was just, enjoying himself. And if you look at the guy, he's not attractive at all. But there was, when I say not attractive, I mean, the dude has no chin, like no chin. Like they called him Turtle because he just has no chin.
Oh.
Like but he's also like a really nice person and really caring and dotes on her. And now they have like two kids, twins, and they're just as happy as two pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
It's not all about, oh, you got the greatest looks or anything like that. It's like, no, you've got a little bit of something that you're bringing to this kind of relationship, whether it be a little bit of humor or just like, caring about each other. And
Yeah. I mean, look, and young guys, young watchers, if you're here, I don't know how you wandered here, but take it from older people. Look, younger people are going to look for different things as they get older. Look, the husband I wanted when I was young is not the husband I wanted when I was older
and had kids.
But I also had expectations that were much more real. And I knew that there was onus on me to be part of this relationship and to, put forth effort. So there's also finding a person that's willing to also be mature-ish.
Yeah. On certain levels, certain things you want them to be immature about. And it's sort of fun. But, whenever it comes to like being financially mature or being serious about a relationship mature kind of thing, those are high qualities. Being immature about those things are a real pain in the ass, because like, listen, you have no desire to do anything more than work at McDonald's for the rest of your life. Okay. You're more about getting high and just sitting around and living in your parents' basement. Nope. Sorry. You're not relationship material. Oh no, it's much easier to take your ass over to Taiwan because you don't have to actually work to make some money. Well, have fun over there, bang bros or whatever the hell you want to call yourselves, the passport bros, that's what it is.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing, but well, there you go.
Yeah, passport bros. That's what they do. Is they go over there and they find someone they can live off. They can live very inexpensively in another country because, well, they try to live here in the U.S. and make those kind of poor decisions. Women are just like, have no desire for you. But you go over to like Taiwan or some Philippines, one of those Asian countries where it's almost third world, where they're making $1 a day. Yeah, sure, you're going to get tons of ass, but guess what? You're bringing to the table, as compared to somebody with some real spunk and fire in their loins to do something more for the world.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's definitely, and your relationship is going to change. I mean, it's not always going to be the honeymoon fireworks,
Mm-mm.
thing.
My older sister, whenever she met my wife, she was surprised. She was like, "Wait a minute, you married this girl that's sort of plain Jane?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What did you expect?" Or whenever we first started dating, I was like, "What did you expect?" She goes, well, I figured you would have like some like long-legged blonde with fake tits and wearing mini skirts. I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, well, you're a musician. I figured you would have like Pamela Anderson or something like that hanging off your arm or something. I'm like, why would I want that? I was like, those are so tiring. Those are high maintenance women that like they expect the world to give you nothing but heartache and grief. I was like, why would I want that? That's like, I'm happy with my wife because she is like the better half of me. Whenever I say better half, it's like she makes up where I lack and I make up where she lacks, and together we make like this team.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine being with somebody that whenever you're just like, duck, they go, huh? My wife, I say duck, she duck. Is that a bird? No. It's like, And I'm happy with my wife, because whenever she goes, that's a really bad idea, and I think you shouldn't do that. That I can go, I think you're probably right, because you've there's a reason why guys have shorter lifespans than women, because we tend to do really stupid sporadic things that we shouldn't be doing, and women go,
Yeah,
no, that's
like
a bad
bring
idea.
bring in the cat's, treasure that they managed to unalive, and he's like, they hunted it. And I'm like, the hell do I look like? David Attenborough? Why are you showing this to me? What? Take this out of my fucking. I hate mice. Like,
Yeah.
mice, they're creepy. They poke out at you from random corners. No. They have. I was like, you're gonna get the fucking hantavirus or the plague. What the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, why are you showing me? He's like, aren't you proud our herd of cats caught this? I was like, no, they're a herd of serial killers, because all you hear is this squeak, squeakity squeak as they just torment this little mouse, because they let it get a little couple inches of freedom, and then they're like, bat,
Yep.
bat, bat. And I'm
That's
like, it's limping. I was like, so, and then he helps him herd it towards my room. And I'm like, I'm taking this broom and I'm going to my room. Anything that moves as I'm walking down this hallway is getting whacked with the broom. And I'm pretty sure I have in my mind my membership fee to MLS as my retainer for him as being my legal counsel. So,
yes.
so stay the hell away from me with mice.
Well, also remember that the plague was not caused by mice.
The fleas on the mice, I don't care.
Well, yeah,
The-
fleas on the
The
mice.
mice
fleas
should
on
be
the cats.
terrified of my house. There's 5 cats in here.
But they still want to come hang out, don't they?
Well, I also have children that, despite being told only a gillion times squared that they're only to eat in the kitchen, we have just a cavalcade of crumbs everywhere. Just
They're kids.
a brothel of snack foods just shoved into couches. I swear to God, Shizzy, one day when they grow up, I'm going to just take a couple cheese sticks and shove them into their couches.
Oh no, this
And
is
just walk away.
See, this is what having grandkids are for. See, because whenever they have grandkids, and you're just and they come over and they see grandma, and you go, oh yeah, so you need me to watch the kids for a couple of hours while you go out and go see a movie? Sounds great. Bring the kids over. Kids come over, you give them pixie sticks and Starburst and like gumdrops and as much sugar as you can. So
I'm
whenever
gonna be like,
parents come and pick them up, it's just like, oh yes, we didn't really feed them anything because they were so full with pixie sticks and stuff. Have a good night.
I'll be like, look what grandma found on eBay. Jolt Cola. 2.5 times the caffeine. Anyone want to try? I got a whole case.
I got a whole case. But you do that right before they show up.
No. Oh, it's okay. It's 11 o'clock is the perfect time to have a Jolt Cola.
Yes.
Now, do you want to watch Poltergeist or Paranormal Activities?
Or Chucky.
Saw 1 or Purge?
Or do you want to watch Nightmare on Elm Street? Which one? Which one do you want to watch?
Or the Kardashians? Both are very scary.
How about Hellraiser? Or the Kardashians? Same show. Just had to figure out which one is Pinhead. Oh.
It's very hard to distinguish.
It is hard to distinguish. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this bad boy down so we can. Oh, wait! Before I do that, let me reroute everybody. If the expert is still going, I will reroute everybody over there because that makes perfect sense.
That does.
If he is going, let me see, because I am that kind of guy. If I can find it, where is it? Jeez Louise. Who is? Yep, he is going. Let me copy that. Live.
Go ran out of Kansas.
Here we go. Copy that. And
The Oregon Trail was actually, you know, the Oregon Trail is a real thing. Like you can go, you can see in the Rockies where the wagons wore down the rock. Man, I'd love to see some of that. It's just unbelievable. 3D life is really messing.
Save everybody. You will be going over to the expert because he is talking about wagon trails. So enjoy yourselves. And I am going to, I love all you guys. You guys are so awesome. Illegal used to be illegal in Indiana. Well, you never lived in Texas. All right. My wife actually has a can of whoop ass. I joke not. It is a drink.
I need a.
She has had that since college, and she was just like, it says open up a can of whoop ass, and that's exactly what it does. Yes. I'll show you the can at some point in time because
I need that. I also need the place that does the Puxatawny fill is called Gobbler's Knob, and the university right next to it is Cont College. And I need to get both of those t-shirts together and how combine it into the world's most offensive t-shirt ever of American history.
Like cunt gobblers.
And then Shizzy, I swear to God, I was just trying to do a nice, beautiful, like this is Groundhog's Day history lesson. No, it's how to eat your baby groundhog and why Germans should never, ever do anything or be in charge of any holidays because it's always about, like roasting a small baby animal.
Or drinking a whole lot before you do it.
Seriously, it was just like you want to get the young ones after they've taken all of the clover for the best meat. And just like,
oh my God. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Bye, y'all.